Welcome back to The Vocalist. Today we are listening to The Crystal Ship by The Doors. I've heard a handful of their songs before, so this is not my first time hearing Jim Morrison, but it is my first time hearing this song. So, here we go.
Before you slip into unconsciousness, I'd like to have another kiss. Another flashing chance at bliss. Another kiss, another kiss. The days are bright and filled with pain. Enclose me in your gentle rain. The time you ran was too insane. We'll meet again. We'll meet again.
I know this is a short one, but I really want to just hear as much of it as possible over and over again. This is so different from what I expected. I'm thinking of songs like Light My Fire, People Are Strange, that sort of more upbeat vibe. And there is like an effervescence to this song. It doesn't feel like it's trudging along. It doesn't feel really melancholic maybe, but it's a special one, and matched with his vocals, I don't know. I've always loved, and I don't know if it's just because I grew up listening to so much of The Doors on the radio when I was a kid, I've always loved his voice. I find it so, it's just so special. There is, I'm gonna say like a fraction of like laziness, and I mean that in the best way possible, like 5%, where it has, I'm saying lazy, but really it's just, you know, a slightly lowered soft palate at moments, lots of legato phrasing, the way he pronounces words, it's almost like he moves through diphthongs slowly, kind of like you're in a dream, and just, or moving underwater, that sort of feeling. So that paired with what I'm hearing now is, I don't know, I'm really enjoying this. So here we go, back to the beginning.
Before you slip.
Now that honestly was, I was thinking of, what's that song? Before you go to bed, my da-da. I don't know where my phone is. I'll look it up later. You guys know what I'm sure you know the song I'm thinking of. That sort of upbeat feel that I was expecting because of that intro. I love the surprise that it wasn't that at all.
Before you slip into unconsciousness, I'd like to have another kiss.
He started with full adduction. Like there was a lot of presence in his sound, even though it's still warm and very rich, but then you could hear him start to taper off of that and allow more air to come through. Again, still very present, but just had the most beautiful sort of humming texture.
To have another kiss, another flashing chance at bliss.
There it chance, like having that sort of warbly sighing effect. It makes you feel like you're in a dream. I've always loved, actually, I can't say that. I currently always love the tonality we get from so many of the songs by The Doors. I think when I was a kid, I didn't love it so much because I was very much into, like, you know, bubblegum, like, resolution and everything. But as I grew older, I started to appreciate the interesting sounds and chords that they use and how they shift the melodic line just enough to kind of like make your ear perk up.
Another kiss, another kiss. The days are bright and filled with pain, enclose me in your gentle rain.
That whole line, I think, is a masterpiece. Started with Presence. When he ascended and, well, yeah, I mean, sorry, I'm collecting my thoughts. When one ascends in singing, we tend to think there's going to be more volume, and I love how he backs off of that in order to create this really beautiful effect. But then, let me play this again.
All bright and filled with pain, enclose me in your
And Chloe, like the way he's so gentle with those words leading into
gentle rain.
I love that, like any sort of word painting and text painting, and in this case it was even a little foreshadowing. It just, you can see this picture, you know, with gentle rain. This is gorgeous.
Time you ran was too insane. We'll meet again. We'll meet again.
There's a lot of restraint as he ascends and sings a little higher in his range. I won't go back, but if you go back and listen to that previous line, it just feels like he is exhibiting so much restraint, because there's a tendency, I think, in my head, for some of those lines, I would expect a singer to really sing into them and let out a lot of volume, and he doesn't do that.
Tell me where your freedom lies.
Hold on, I want to get that transition again. I've always, what is this gentleman's name? Does it say here? Piano. Am I missing it? Oh, keyboards. Oh, Ray Manzarek. I don't know if I'm saying his last name correctly. I believe he also sings, or later, I don't know the whole trajectory and of like the band. I know Ray did sing, but when I saw him, a clip of him playing piano, oh, I can't even remember what song. It was just mesmerizing, and it's so lovely to see so much skill in these bands. I'm blown away by the musicianship, and the only reason I think I perhaps get more excited with pianists is that, one, you don't see them as frequently in bands as you do guitar players, but also I at least have a little bit of understanding when it comes to playing the piano as opposed to guitar and bass and drums, etc. So while I work on my education in those areas, it's just such a thrill to see such awesome piano playing. So here we go.
Oh, tell me where streets are fields that never die. Deliver me from reasons why you'd rather cry. I'd rather fly.
I love the counter melody we're getting in the piano, though. That's, let me back it up just a little bit.
Reasons why you'd rather cry. I'd rather fly. The crystal ship is being filled. 1,000 girls, 1,000 thrills, 1,000,000 ways to spend your time. When we get back, I'll drop a line.
Let me get that last bit one more time. It was, obviously, we had an increase in volume. There was still so much refinement. It was so delicate in certain areas.
The crystal ship is being filled. 1,000 girls.
Right there, 1,000, I think are the words. Oh my goodness, he attacked that so gently. You would just think, run with it, more volume, all of that. No, it was so refined.
Is being filled. 1,000 girls, 1,000 thrills, 1,000,000 ways to spend your time. When
That's oh, I just love that sort of ebb and flow, warble, wavy effect.
we get back, I'll drop a line.
I really like that song. I can understand why I hadn't heard it before, because it's not exactly a bop, not the sort of thing that perhaps would be playing on the radio constantly, at least on, an oldies station. But it's so simple and yet so elegant and really magical. I mean, it's just sort of, I don't know, takes you to a different place. And while everything's, it's almost like you kind of have to look at everything under a magnifying glass to really pull out all the finesse and the skill that was displayed, but it's there. And I don't know, it's kind of nice when I as a listener have to work for it a little bit. Sometimes that's fun, but also it just reeks of elegance when you have so much refinement, but it's subtle. And I think that's what this was. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for listening with me, and hopefully I will see you next time.